Hey, Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today, we are taking a look at the rare Marvel Legend. I don't do a whole lot of these because so many of them tend to be the same, and that doesn't mean they're bad. It just means that how many times can you say this guy has a great looking, mostly nude body painted in red? So, Sandman, something a little different. Actually, something very different because I was about to say it's Sandman, also known as Flint Marko, but this Sandman is apparently known as William Baker, which is either an alias of Flint Marko or some kind of Silver Age, modern age switcheroo. I don't know. Uh, Whatever the case is, it doesn't matter because I just want a cool Sandman figure, and it looks like that's what Hasbro has given us here. I am a huge fan of this retro style packaging. If I were somebody who collected mint on card, I would definitely be collecting all of these retro style Marvel Legends. I think they're a gorgeous presentation. Obviously, the packaging is a callback, it touches on your nostalgia buttons, but even the figures themselves, just on this carding, look really, really nice. We've got great sort of animated style art on the side over here, and it's just really a fantastic package. On the back, we've got a little bit of bio. A massive dose of radiation bonds petty criminal William Baker's body to sand, creating a massive threat to Spider-Man. And of course, we have it in 5 different languages because that's just how they have to do things. You get a little instructional thing here for how to switch out his various parts. A beautiful package. And okay, now I'm going to say this. There is a trick to opening up these retro style figures because, back in the day, the original versions of these figures, the blister would be glued to the front here, and you would just take a corner of it and peel it off. But this packaging is much more secure for modern retail, basically, even though this is a figure. The retro figures from Hasbro are really weird in that there are waves, but there are also just single releases like this Sandman or like the Black Cat. Uh, so I kind of like that they're not sticking to a rigid format with these, and part of that is because they don't include Build-A-Figure pieces. They're just solo figures, and I really like that. Now, obviously, the value is different because you're paying the same or sometimes more for these retro figures and not getting the Build-A-Figure piece. But there's just something so appealing about this format and not having to worry about the Build-A-Figures that I really like. So, if you get one of these retro figures, you'll notice at the bottom here there's a little notch where the bubble is not. They're 2 pieces of cardboard that actually are around this bubble. So there are a couple of ways you can go about this. You can look right here and see the 2 pieces of cardboard and where they're joined, and you can either pry those apart and pull the whole thing open, or, and this is new, this is something I haven't seen before, there's a little piece of tape here on this bottom part, potentially because of what I'm getting ready to show you. You can take your trusty 1964 box cutter, slice right through that piece of tape, and if you sort of pull down, that will separate that cardboard, and you can get, well, usually it works a little better than that, but that's not too bad still, because these can be kind of a pain to get open if you don't sort of think about what you're doing. Gosh, I almost hate that. I almost hate opening that because it is really such a nice package, but I need a Sandman figure, so it had to be done. Let's get all of his various parts and pieces out of here. I do like that there are no little rubber bands or plastic strings or whatever holding him in place. He's just in there ready to come out. So here is Sandman. Got a great angry face. He's got the Sandman hairstyle that I've never quite understood this look. Is it like curly hair but really tightly combed and hairsprayed? I don't know. But it's a look, and it's Sandman's look. He's also got his Steve from Blue's Clues shirt on, which is his signature look that he had long before Steve did. Actually, I don't name it, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even know that Steve has a stripe. Yeah, I guess it is a striped shirt like this, but it has the white collar, right? I didn't have any. I wasn't young enough for Blue's Clues, and I didn't have any. Uh, my son wasn't like super huge into it to the point where I saw it a lot, so I don't remember Steve all that well. But I do believe this is pretty much a Steve shirt. It just needs a white collar. Somebody get on that custom. He is beautifully articulated. I feel like Hasbro has really hit another level of integrating wonderful articulation into smooth profiles. Because looking at this guy, obviously you can see where the points of articulation are, but he still presents a fantastic profile. He doesn't have overly noticeable gaps in his elbows or his knees. Hasbro's engineers have really hit sort of a next level, I think, with the last few years worth of Marvel Legends, and I can't wait to see how much better we get. I think the next thing that needs to go is the cut joint at the waist. No modern toy line should have that anymore. This should be the pursuit now, is figuring out a way to not put this on any figures ever, because it looks terrible. And then after that, maybe we figure out an alternative to the ab crunch. Now, on this guy, it's integrated really nicely. Yes, it's visible. It's going to be visible. This is a mass market toy, super articulated toy, so that's how it goes. But I think they've done a really nice job of working this into the sculpt. Now, obviously, the stripes aren't going to match up when you've got imposed, but my gosh, who cares? Otherwise, just really, really nicely articulated. No stuck joints or anything on this guy. It all works really well, because at this point, Hasbro has sort of mastered this to a certain extent. So he's got great looking work boots there. Got the treads, lots of nice detail, looks really good. So they have given us a great figure of just regular human. I keep wanting to say Flint Marco. What is it, Baker? William Baker, who I do think is just Flint Marco. But anyway, they've given us a great figure. But of course, we want this guy to be Sandman. So let's take a look at our parts here. We've got an alternate head that is oddly expressionless, because he's had a big hole blown in his head, but the sand looks excellent. The texture of the sand, the paint, it really looks fantastic. I don't think they could have done a nicer job with this. I would like it a little more if he were sort of yelling or shouting or something, rather than just standing there. But at the same time, does Sandman even feel pain? Does this even bother him? And probably not really. But still, I think a little more, honestly, if we just switched these two heads, which I understand they want both heads to be exciting, so they want the neutral head to have an expression and this one to be more neutral. But switch these expressions on the heads, or make them both angry like this. I don't know. This one's just a little odd to me. All right, and then we've got a couple of sand hand weapons, a big giant spiked ball and a huge fist with spikes on the knuckles, and just the texture, the paint, and everything is fantastic on these. They look really great. So let's get this guy into full-on sand rage mode. Well, I guess full-on sand rage mode, he'd be like 12 inches tall and completely made of sand. Oh wow, that head does not want to go on there. That's unusually difficult for a Marvel Legends head. All right, good enough. I guess it's on there. Hopefully the hands will give us less trouble. You can see his default hands are just fists made for punching. I'm okay with that. I don't need everything to have C grips. Let's see how this works. Oh wait, which hand is this? This is his left hand. So those go that way. Huh. It doesn't seem to want to work super well. Might require a little... There we go. We got it. So in a way, this Sandman is... Gosh, I really wish this head was angry. He looks cool. He is a great retro style Sandman. Uh, I do wish that he had like full sand arms. I would have taken a deluxe figure with like a sand upper or lower body, upper body, more sand effect, something. I honestly, I would have paid like $40 for a deluxe Sandman with a lot more sand options. But at the end of the day, you're going to put this guy on your shelf with his sand hands, and that's going to be that. I mean, unless you're actually playing with your figures or doing a lot of figure photography, which I am not. I am, when I come, the perspective that I come from is I'm going to take him down, you know, maybe once a year or so, repose him, try and figure out something different to do. But I do not need options for me go in a drawer, I guess. So they've done a really nice job giving us sort of a basic standard issue Sandman with some pretty good options for play, and I like it. I like it. I love the packaging. The figure is, like I said, the figure is just beautiful. They've really done a wonderful job with the proportions and the sculpt and how everything lines up. Wonderful job. This is available now for pre-order from most online retailers. If you're lucky, you might find it at like GameStop or something. It's in stock a couple of places. It's still for pre-order in a couple of others. You know how distribution is going right now, so be patient, but get yourselves a Sandman because he looks really cool. Thanks for watching, you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, and give Spider-Man a punch in the face from your old Uncle William Flint Baker Marco.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.